The easy way and the smart way to build your affiliate marketing business is by using these 3 keys that I'm going to go over. Number 1, build a list. Always build a list. Don't send your traffic directly to an offer. Always have a bridge page where you actually collect their name and their email address. Sometimes you can just do their email address. The less friction they have towards getting what they want, the easier it is to get information from them. So the less information you ask, the more successful you'll be in getting that information if you ask for less information. But if you want the name, you could ask for the name as well and just check your analytics to see what happens. But getting their name and their email address is a minimum. And also you can ask for their phone number as well if you're thinking about maybe sending text or something like that. But the main thing is get the lead. If you're going to do all that work to actually put eyeballs in front of an offer, then you should have a way to get back in touch with them, to send them more information or more offers. So always think in terms of getting the lead and building a list. That's the whole reason why you're doing what you're doing, so that you will continue to have repeat access to that person. And you may have a sale one time if you send them to an offer, but there's a chance you won't. Very few people buy something the very first time they see it. So they have to see it again and again. They have to get comfortable with it. They have to really know, like, and trust the person who's selling it. And they have to have that need. Sometimes their need that they have will override everything and they'll go ahead and buy it. And sometimes they may do an impulse purchase depending on the amount of the price. If the price is low and it's something that they place high value on, something that they really, really need or they want, they may just buy it right off the bat. But those type of situations are not something that you could always bank on. So get the name and get their email address. Mainly get their email address. You want to get their email address every time. So whenever you are promoting a product, you want to always be thinking about building your list. And you always want to be thinking in terms of having a list of hungry buyers, people who are going to be looking forward to getting your emails because you're giving them information about a subject or a topic that they are very, very interested in. So as you're building your list, think in terms of your ideal customer, the person who is going to always be wanting more information about what you are presenting to them, and knowing that you are providing this information as a service. You are providing these products as a service to them, something that's going to help make their lives easier. The way I like to look at it is like this. If I'm out there, I'm gathering information about a topic that they're interested in, and I'm getting everything surrounding that topic, and the product as well, or the service. I'm finding out the shortfalls of that product or service. I'm finding out the good points of that product or service. I'm finding out what makes that product or service digestible. It's easier for them to take it and process it into using it to do something that they want to do. What is going to help me present that to them in that way? Those are the type of questions that I'm asking. I'm asking, is it a good product? Is it a good service? Is it something that they can use to get what they want in life? And what's the best way to use it? Again, I'm kind of restating a lot of things I just said, but I want to make sure I get my point through. Be sure that you're basically doing so much of the work for them that when they do see the offer, it's easy for them to go ahead and pull the trigger and purchase that product or service because you've done so much for them on the front end and you've made it uh, very, very easy for them to decide whether or not it's something they want or not, something that they need and something that they could implement as soon as possible. So you make it easy for them, and you also make it make it become a smart decision for them as well. So it's an easy and a smart smart option for them when they look at what you presented. It's easy and it's smart. They think, wow, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to get this. And they think, okay, this is going to make my life easier. So it's easy for me to make this decision because of all the information that that affiliate has just given them. And that's the other thing in affiliate marketing. It's really cool because you become that person who is assisting them and helping them, and you almost become just this asset that they have that's working in the background on their behalf, and you're helping them as they're living their life. They're living their life just doing whatever they have to do in the moment, and then when they get your email, they read your email and they realize, oh, here's a tool that he or she has found that will help make my life easier, and I didn't have to go out and do the research for that. I trust them because they're always giving me good things. They're always giving me good tools. They're always recommending good people that I should be purchasing from and listening to. So that's your job as an affiliate marketer. You want to always be building your list so that you can send that list good information to help make their lives better. And when you look at different products, you start to look at those products in a different light. You start to say, is this going to help my list? Is this going to help the people on my list? Or will it hurt the people on my list? Because if it hurts the people on my list, I'm not going to recommend it to them. I don't care how much money they pay me for my commission. I'm not going to refer it to my people because it's going to hurt them. You look at it from that angle. Or you look at it from a standpoint of, oh, wow, this is just what they need. They really need this because I see so much quality in this product or service. And I see how it could really help them. It could help them increase their production. It could help them become more efficient. It could help them become wiser, smarter. It could help them move faster towards their goal of getting what they want. So all of these different aspects of that product are what I'm going to be thinking about as I decide whether or not I'm going to promote it to my list or not. But the only way I could promote it to my list is if I have a list. If you do a one-shot deal in which you just send traffic to an offer, then you don't have the list. The vendor has that list now. And that's not going to do you any good because they could buy or they may not buy. It's kind of like a crapshoot. You don't know. You don't know if they're going to buy or they're not going to buy. And it's got nothing to do with the quality of the product. They may not buy because the timing's not right. But when you continue to communicate with them, one day they wake up and they'll think to themselves, oh yeah, I've been meaning to buy that particular product. Today I'm going to go ahead and buy it. And it may just be simply because you prompted them to do it. So that's one of the main reasons for having a list. So you want to make sure you have a list, build a big list. And they say that for every person on your list, that should be $1 in monthly income. And a lot of the bigger affiliate marketers out there say, internet marketers in general, they say that it's actually more than that. You actually make more than that. But if you go with that at your minimum, you can't go wrong. So aim for the number of getting enough people on your list that it will take care of the income goal that you're trying to strive to hit. So if you're trying to hit $2,500 a month or $10,000 a month or $15,000 a month, you want to have 25,000 people, 2,500 people on your list, or 3,000 people on your list, 5,000 people on your list, or 15,000 people on your list, or 30,000 people on your list, because 30,000 people on your list should translate at a minimum of, or translate to $30,000 a month. Okay, so that's the way you want to look at it, and think in terms of building your list always, because having a list is kind of like having money in the bank once you really know how to cultivate that list, and again, like I was saying before, give them what they want. Okay, so number two is pick a really good product. Pick a great product. Pick great products. Always be thinking in terms of picking great products. And the best way to do that is to buy and use the product that you're promoting. When you are using the product that you're promoting or the service that you're promoting, you will say good things about it, but they'll be genuine, they'll be sincere. And one of the things I found when I have found good products or services, it's always easy to talk about them, but I find little nuances in that product or service, things that the creator or the vendor themselves, they haven't promoted, but those benefits and features are there because I've discovered them by using that product or service. So that's something that a lot of affiliates miss sometimes. They look at what is selling the most and what has the highest commissions and what is it that other affiliate marketers are making the most money on, and they go, that's it, I'm going to promote that. That's the one I'm going to promote because that one is making a lot of money. And the click-through rate, all these other things, the sales, the ROI, all of that's really good on that particular product. So I'm gonna go ahead and promote that particular product because that's the one that has the highest gravity and all of that. So you don't have to really think totally in those terms. If you get a good product or service that you're happy with, you like a lot, then go by that and then just drill down on what makes that product so good, so great with you, and why you enjoy using it, why it is a product or service that you can't do without, and what is it that you see in that product or service that you feel like the people that are on your list, what they would like about it based upon your experience. And you just talk about your experience with that product or service, all of the good things you like, and sometimes all the bad things as well. Let them know about some of the pitfalls and some of the shortcomings of that particular product or service. And if you got workarounds for it, go ahead and, put those in there as well. Talk about the workarounds. Talk about some other alternatives that you've found that will complement that particular product or service that would help bridge the gap in those shortcomings. So you want to be thinking in terms of using that product or service and maxing it out, maximizing the uses of it, probably even more than you would if you just had it, if it was just yours, if it was just something that you bought or used. But you want to be thinking in terms of how can this help others? And you want to always see it from that angle of how it helped you, so you could translate that excitement onto other people, and you could tell them firsthand knowledge of how this product or service has helped you, so you know it can help them. And you want to come at it from a standpoint of, look, here's what I learned about this, and here's why I think it will help you. So when you are talking or writing emails or doing podcasts or videos, you are actually speaking their language because you've been there and you've done that. You made it work for you. So that is such a tremendous advantage because everything is real. It's not something that you have to do a whole lot of twisting their arm to get them to try to buy something, which you're not really going to be able to do that anyway. But you're really speaking from the terms of how it's going to benefit them. And you're really making it very practical with them. And you're making it just like a seamless transaction, something that they will do because you're speaking in terms of their best interest, because you've been there, you've done that, you've made it work in your life, and you're basically a testimonial of how good that product or service is. So when you pick a product that is a great product and it's something that you've used and you've used extensively, it's very easy to communicate with others the value associated with using that product or service. The third way of doing affiliate marketing, the easier and smart way, is by being consistent. You want to always be consistent in whatever you do when it comes to your work ethic. So if that means writing blog posts, be sure you're writing blog posts every single week. Some people write one every day. That's up to you, how you go about it and how often you go about it. But the main thing is just be consistent. And like I said, when I say a week, that's just easier to really kind of wrap your arms around. So if you're doing a video, do a video every week. If you're writing emails, a lot of marketers really advise writing an email every single day. And that's something you can do as well. But be consistent. You're doing a podcast, do a podcast every week or twice a week or whatever it is you're doing, but do it consistently. Consistency is so undervalued or under-promoted, I guess I should say. You just don't hear many people talking about the value of consistency. But when you are consistent, two things happen. People start to realize they can depend on you, and that's the main part of it, of the whole thing. But number two, you become very proficient in what you do, because as you are consistent, you start to learn all the nuances of your skills. You get much, much better because doing a thing over and over again gives you that skill that you need. What's it saying? Repetition is the mother of all skills. Doing it over and over and over again. When you learn to ride a bike when you were a kid, you rode that bike over and over and over again, then you quit falling down. Go all the way back to walking. Walking's the same way. You walked and walked and walked as a little toddler until finally you could walk and run, and it was no big deal. Well, it's funny when we look at business sometimes, we don't think of it that way. We think, okay, I'm new to this, but I'm gonna be great. Just by seeing one YouTube video, you look at one video and you feel like, okay, I got that, I'm gonna do this, and then it don't work out. Two weeks later, you got 0 views, and you go, oh, this is terrible. I don't like this. This stinks. And it isn't that at all. It's just you didn't practice enough, and you got to put the reps in, and that's what consistency is all about. Doing the thing over and over and over again. As Thoreau said, do the thing, and you'll have the power. He didn't say think about the thing. He didn't say talk about the thing. He didn't say just have a great opinion about the thing, but do the thing. Do the thing. Do what it takes and do it over and over again, and do it consistently, and you will have the power. So you want to be thinking in terms of taking action consistently over and over and over again. And I like to look at it like this. When I began working out on a consistent basis, I think it's a little over a year ago, I said, I'm going to be fit. And I thought about in terms of not really sweating anything or worrying about anything when it came to working out. All I thought about was I'm gonna go to the gym every single day, and that's my goal. I just want to hit that goal. And once I got to the gym, I knew once I got in there, I would do the work. And some days I was in there 2 hours, some days I was in there an hour and a half. And then after I've been doing it a while, maybe like 5 or 6 months, sometimes I would get in there and only get 20, 30 minutes in there and I'd be gone. But I wanted to keep my streak alive even then because I knew the value of consistency. And it was even to the point that some of the attendants, the people that were there at the front desk, they would recognize me because I was there all the time. They would just talk about my consistency, and that was music to my ears because that was my whole goal in the beginning, was to be consistent. I wasn't even caught up in all the vanity goals or looking great and all that stuff. I just wanted to be consistent because I knew if I was consistent, I would prove to myself that I was dedicated. And then the other thing, I knew I would get results because I was there every single day. So that's why I did it. And by me going to the gym and being consistent going to the gym, that has spread over into other areas of my life. I learned that if you go at anything that you want to be great at, if you go at it from a mindset of being consistent, that eventually you will be great. You'll become much better at it than the people who do it every once in a while. And the other thing is, there's another quote, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard or talent refuses to work hard. So you can pass people who are so much more talented than you are if you will take consistent action. And the action itself, done on a consistent basis, it builds you. It helps you to grow. And to me, that is the shortcut. That is what makes it easier and makes things happen faster. And faster is kind of relative. You know, if it takes a year, some people will think that's a long time, but not really. It's not a long time if you compare that to someone who works 40 years to retire from a job to make a whole lot less than you would make as an affiliate marketer, building a residual income that pays you over and over and over again, just nonstop. Whereas a person who works a job, they'd work 40 years, and again, like I said, they probably wouldn't even have half of what you'd have in your yearly income as a result of building an affiliate marketing business. So a year of hard work to see results is not really a whole lot. So take that time quotient off of there, because that's what I struggled with in the beginning a lot. I would work on doing some form of internet marketing and I wouldn't see the results. I've kind of talked about this before in another video, but I wouldn't see the results and it would discourage me and I would want to quit because I wasn't seeing those results. And what I would do, I wouldn't always quit. What I would do is I would stop what I was doing with that. So I guess in a way I did quit. But I would stop doing that and go do something else over here that I was excited about. But the reason why I don't look at it as necessarily quitting, because I eventually put all of those things together. Like I would start doing a blog and I quit doing the blog because the SEO wasn't working as well as I wanted it to work. It didn't happen overnight. If you ever work with search engine optimization, you know it doesn't always work overnight. Majority of the time, it doesn't work overnight unless you just got a really good keyword that there wasn't any competition for. But that again doesn't really happen. So yeah, when that didn't happen, I would jump over to doing podcasts or something like that, and then didn't get really the traction on the podcast that I want, so I'd move on to something else, and then a membership site, something else. I would just keep jumping from thing to thing to thing, trying something that would work fast for me, and it seemed to me nothing ever worked fast for me. So finally I got to the point of thinking in terms of just be consistent and grow your skills. And that's the advice I really want to give you. Just be consistent and grow your skills. Put the reps in. and develop an appreciation for that, of that consistent effort, knowing that that consistent effort will eventually give you what you want. If you don't quit, you just got to continue to show up every single day and put that work in. See yourself getting better all the time. And by that, I mean, look for areas that you've gotten better in, and pour the gasoline on the fire when it comes to that. If you notice that, let's say if you're doing videos, you learn that, okay, I'm able to maintain a train of thought now. I'm better at that than I used to be. Well, hang your hat on that and build on that. Grow in that area. Or let's say if you were a writer and you got to the point that your writing really had a persuasiveness to it. Let's say if you're doing copywriting and you're able to persuade people more, hang your hat on that. You could think in terms of, okay, that skill, I've grown in that skill. I write emails better, or if I do podcasts, I'm able to really convey a thought a whole lot better than I used to. Well, hang your hat on that, and do it from that standpoint rather than all these vanity metrics. How many likes you got on social media, or how many people commented on your post, or how many views you got on your video. All that stuff will come later on. In the beginning, don't focus on those things, because they'll never come if you focus on those things. That's where I messed up. I messed up so much in the past because I didn't get traffic in the beginning. I didn't get traffic right away. Well, that's a lagging indicator. You got to do the work and continue to get better at what you do, and make sure your inputs are solid and they are consistent. You're consistently doing what it takes to get that traffic. You're consistently doing what it takes to actually build your business. And you're showing up every day. You are actually doing what it takes to get better and better results. But those results may not be coming right at the time that you're putting in that work. But you got to be okay with that. And that brings me to another point. You should be getting mentorship from somebody, or have somebody that you're following, that you're listening to, that when they're speaking to you, they're telling you relatable stories of things that you may be struggling with right now that they've overcome, to let you know that you are on the right track. Because that's the thing too that I'm learning a lot now that I didn't see in the beginning, but it's only because I wasn't opening myself up to it. But that is seeking out people who are in life where I want to be, and listening to them, really taking in their stories, and really listening to what they say they struggle with, and sometimes still struggle with, but learning that they struggle with those particular things in their lives, and they got better, and they overcame those struggles, and they ended up in places that I want to be in. And once I started really listening to other people in my field who are really super successful, I started to gain a lot of perspective. And I learned that I related more to them than the people who are surrounding me. Because the people who are surrounding me, they don't have the dream that I have. They don't have the desires that I have. Whereas this person that I'm listening to, or I'm watching their videos, or I'm taking their course and I'm listening to their advice, I realize that they are a lot like me and I am a lot like them. So if I keep doing the things that they're telling me to do, that they've already done, then quite naturally I'm going to have what they got, and I'm going to continue to grow, and I'm going to continue to experience success, even though I may not see it right now in this moment. But I will see it because they've seen it, and I see it in their lives. So I'm doing the right thing. I just got to continue to do more and more of it, and I will see the results over time. So those three things help you to do affiliate marketing easier and smarter. So Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.